G'day everybody and welcome to another episode of Automotive Carnage. As you can see behind me, we are currently out at our favourite shopping centre, coming to look for a few more pieces for Bucky Yundle, our 1979 Toyota Cressida. Now in the process of doing that, we've realised there's a couple of new cars here, so we got sidetracked by this Jeep Cherokee with an absolutely fantastic ARB winch bar on the front. So you guys watch the intro and we'll think about taking this ARB bar off a car that I really don't need, but it's just sitting there. Yes, g'day everyone, my name's DJ and thank you for joining us on another episode of Automotive Carnage. Today we are going to hopefully finish off the wiring for Bucky Yundle, as I said, our 1979 Toyota Cressida. So we're out here at the rubbish dump and what we're looking for is we need a on-off switch to use as our ignition switch, and we also need a momentary switch to use as our starter. So there's quite a few cars here and there's a couple of new ones as well. As we see, we've got the Jeep Cherokee, which is new, that Prado is new, so we'll check that for any parts that we might need on my Prado. I can also see a Kia Sorento on top there. So yeah, we're gonna go through these vehicles here and see if we can find those switches. Also today we've got Tim, my brother-in-law, with us. He's kind of part of the reason why I'm so obsessed with vehicles, so thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, he's grown up with me for a very long time. Yeah, let's start going shopping, see what we can find. Alright, what have we got in this Prado? Oh, it's a manual even. Ooh, I do need a new manual box. My input shaft's starting to play up. Oh, the battery's still in there even. These are new. That's a good on-off switch. What's that? What's that? Look at that.
Oh,
that's perfect.
It's a proper switch. Done.
Absolutely perfect. So that can be used for our ignition. And so now we just need to find some sort of momentary switch or button. Windows will work. We'll just, yeah, let's wire in a window switch. And that can be our starter.
We can put other fun stuff on it.
Starter one way, nitrous other way. Let's just do that. That's right there. Easy. Look, we're going to get that. There we go. Done.
Done. Cutters. We want some wires with that.
Okay. Please hold. Alrighty, we are back home and we've found our switches. Here we go. So Tim's just trying to find which cables we need to hack into so that when we push the button either in or out, that will be our momentary start switch, so we can actually get power to the starter. Window switch is absolutely perfect for what we need. Tonight is about getting all our wires connected. We've got our fuel pump that we need to wire in. We've got our battery that we need to wire up as well. We have some clamps there for that. Wire in our starter and ignition switches. And I think that is most of it, or everything in here in the engine bay is ready to go. So yeah, we're just going to get into it and hopefully get this thing smashed out, and we can hopefully test run this engine tonight. Oh, get your thong slapper out of here. Big old dirty Land Cruiser going past, making a hell of a noise. And hopefully we can get this thing started and running tonight, which would be awesome. Okay, it's been 5 hours later. No, not really. It's wiring. Wiring's not the most interesting thing. But as you saw, we got everything in the boot sorted. We haven't made a battery tray yet, but we really just want to see if everything I've done for the last almost 2 years is actually going to work or not. So, attach some power, check that we've got fuel pump, check that we have oil pressure, maybe crank it, I don't know. I'm very nervous, so I'll let you do everything because I don't want to touch anything.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
I mean, I'll volunteer to catch on fire, but you can push the buttons.
Sure. Why not?
Okay, so power. How do we know which way there's on or off for the power switch?
Because that's the way I mounted it.
Okay.
It's off at the moment.
It's off, so this won't do anything if I put this on.
I hope not. That's encouraging.
Well, there's no sparks, which is discouraging by bush standards. So if all gone right, we should flick the ignition switch and we should hear fuel pumps. Gonna put you guys back on the tripod.
Or we'll blow off fuse.
Or we'll blow a fuse.
So I should prime it a few times?
Oh, there's no fuel.
Ah.
So that means if we crank, we're not going to have anything start.
Should I try it?
Go. Oh.
Damn it. Nothing.
Okay. Can we, because how do you connect the window switch? Just twist and...
Yeah, I just twisted it all.
Do we just take the switch out for now because we think it's dodgy and then just touch the wires?
Can do that.
So what we're doing, when we got our window switch, we can only get it to work in one direction and have continuity when we put the window up. So we'll just remove it and eliminate that as a possible cause for issues and why it's not cranking. If that doesn't work, then we might have to do some more troubleshooting.
This goes against every fibre of my being.
Welcome to the bush, mate. It's like bush hot wiring. So, you know, just think that you're hot wiring a car and not doing a dodgy thing, and then you'll be right.
That's fine. Okay. Ignition.
Okay?
Right. Start. Nothing.
Nothing. Okay, so we've got something
Something we've missed.
we've missed. Alright, let's go. Go have dinner, and then we'll find out later on.
Damn it.
But we have ignition, which is good. We do have power circulating through. So now we just need to find out why the starter's not starting. So we'll give Bill a quick message, see if he might give us some pointers and where to troubleshoot, and we'll go from there. Cool. Mac and cheese time.
Dinner.
Alright, so another beautiful day. We decided to give it a break for the night. Do a little bit of research so we don't rush it and damage anything. Spoke to Bill Hooton, who did the PCM, and he's like, make sure that you're out of gear and actually in park or neutral, which is, you know, seems common sense, but when your shifter's not connected to your gearbox, you actually don't know that you're in gear. So now we've got it in gear. You want to hit the switches again, Tim? I'm still too nervous to hit them. So we've still got no petrol in the tank. Daylight too, so you guys can actually see what's going on now.
Oh yeah, so we'll click back out. Alright,
Yep.
ignition.
Yep. Still got noises.
Yes.
Crank it! Crank it! Alright. Let's put some fuel in and see what happens.
That is cranking.
That is
Wow.
great. Awesome.
I like it.
That's healthy compression on that. Okay. Fuel's in the tank. We've primed a couple of times. Prime it one more and flick the switch.
Here we go.
Yeah. Let's give it a little bit of convincing.
Yeah, I was just going to say, let's put that straight.
Do it with the
Okay. That's just running up the starter, isn't it? Okay. Right. So we've got spark, because that's trying the light.
Yep.
So spark's working, so why do we have no fuel? Alright, let's pop this clamp off. Okay.
nothing.
Nothing.
I'll just do it a few more times.
Yep. Okay.
You have got it round the right way, the in and the out and the out.
Pretty sure I do. But let's go to the back and pop a hose. Prime it! Again. We need more fuel in the tank. Nothing's coming out of the top of the pump. Okay, that should definitely have something covered. All right.
Give it a go, Tim. Yo, stop. That was it.
Just need more fuel. Okay, so we're going to need to have at least 20 litres in the tank at all times by the looks of it. Okay. It's about 3 metres of line, so it could take a while. Oh, it's gurgling. There we go, one more. Okay, we have fuel around the right way. Yes. I got my lines around the right way. All right, take 50.
Here we go.
What happened to our spark?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's where we're at. Just been troubleshooting with Bill on the phone, trying to figure out what's going on. So as you saw, we have good spark, we have good coils. The engine wants to run on starter fluid. We just can't get enough fuel through the rails to actually make it run by itself. So troubleshooting with Bill, and what we realized is that we've got fuel to the rails. Do we have enough pressure? And so I sent him a video clip and sound of the pump when it's whirling. He's like, yeah, nah, that pump's not building pressure. So off we go to the yard, go do a little bit of shopping. We've got that FG Falcon down there, and it has a pump. So we've managed to cut our hole bigger here so we can actually get our cradle in and out from the top instead of having to drop the tank. Unfortunately, in doing that, I was a little bit rough with the saber saw, and I completely snapped the top of this cradle. So this one uses the spin-on ring type style to secure it down, so we will have to go find one of these later, but for now we just want to get this engine running, so we'll use this one. I know that the car that this pump came out of was working up until quite recently when it was crashed, so I have no doubt that it will be okay to use in this situation. So will it fit though in our hole? I think it is a larger item. Please hold while I do some shimmying around of sorts. I think it is quite a bit larger. We need to bring that out of the way a bit more. And then get that, there we go. Okay. So, tank. Yeah, see it's a taller unit as well. It's not, yeah, it's not sitting flush with the top of the tank, but that's all right. So long as this works. All right, let's try that now. So we've primed it a few times. You can definitely hear that this pump is labouring more than the other one, and I can hear way more fuel pressure up in the rails itself. So fingers crossed, let's give this another go. So you prime it and listen to it. You can hear it way up in here now.
Yeah, I heard it there before I heard it there almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's way better.
Do it.
I've done it in an instant too. So.
A couple more times and then fire it. There we go. Come on.
Son of a gun.
Well, that sucks.
You've gone through your wiring?
Yeah, it turns out I had put the wrong pins in the wrong sides of the connectors in OBD2. So now I've switched all that around, and now that works. Did it for the accelerator pedal too, but it's still not activating up here.
And it should when I've got ignition?
Well, one would assume so.
That's somewhat irrelevant at the moment. But
Yeah. See, like you put the ignition on,
No.
nothing.
nothing.
You hear it.
That could be another big problem, eh?
It might need to receive a signal from that.
Yeah. To be able to say, yep, I'll start. So how does it do that?
Ah, man, come on.
So that accelerator could be a very big part of it.
Maybe. I think it should run without it.
Yeah.
Personally, like it idle. Should run to idle. But it's not even firing. Like it should at least be firing.
So
So they're all on okay.
Still feel like it's still. But I mean,
Yeah, you're not wrong.
lead injected, so I mean, you'd think even if half of them are out, we'd be getting something.
Something, but it's just like coughing and spluttering on
It's just
any of it.
not even getting anything.
Alright, you ready?
Crank it.
Go. It smells funny.
Right.
Uh,
And it tries to run on the starting fluid, but it's just too big for that.
yeah.
Too big and too wrong.
Well, I'll keep playing. I already thought the amount of pressure that we got up here now, that would do it. Okay, so we've just done a little bit more troubleshooting. Reattached the connectors in the ECU so that they're nice and secure. We now have the throttle body actually doing a cycle. It never did that before. So when you hit the ignition, you can hear the fuel rail, plus also the throttle body does a little doop doop, which is really good. So let's see what happens. Ignition and start. Still nothing. Ah, man. Right, so after a whole bunch more troubleshooting, it turns out if you don't plug in the ECU correctly, it won't start. These little clips on the underside have 2 steps in them
Yeah, they do.
under here.
yeah.
And so if you pull it as far back as I was going, it won't fully go in.
Gotcha.
Hit it.
You got that on film? Get that blue flame on.
Got another one?
Dave, you want to jump on that side? Just give it some gentle revs. I just want to make sure the throttle body works.
Gentle.
You asking me to be gentle?
Yeah, those flames are really big and the fuel lines are just there.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
That is so cool, Deej. Well done.
Long time coming.
Oh my gosh.
So that's what it was.
That's what it was,
Plug
those
into
plugs.
the ECU properly.
They weren't plugged in properly.
Just like the printer. It's not plugged in.
Oh my yeah. Just like the printer.
Oh, that is music.
Well, I think we'll end that there on a very much higher note. Thank you everybody, everyone who's here now at the moment, over the last 2 years has helped get this where it is. So now we actually get to drive it, Dave, and make sure our engine mounts hold up.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You welded them though, eh?
I think so. You measured them.
Oh, well, then they'll be bang on there.
But the shop shelving will be okay.
Nah, should be mint.
So yeah, so
So
thank you.
where's the exhaust going? Is it out the bonnet or it might be not enough
There's
room?
not enough room to even go out the bonnet, so
I reckon down and then just straight out by the door here.
that's the original plan.
Yeah, sweet.
But Red Sentinets, they make me go all the way to the diff.
Oh,
So we might make a zoomer connection there somewhere.
yeah, okay.
Diverter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But log manifolds. There's no way I'm going to fit 4 into 1 or 4 into 2 down there. So just log manifold out the back.
Oh, you don't even have extractors on there now.
No! Right. Catch you next time with Automotive Carnage. Hopefully we'll get it rolling. That's the next step now. We've got to put fluids in it and get it rolling. Sweet.